All right, welcome back to another episode of the Ambitious Journey podcast. We are
Welcome back.
here
Welcome
for
back.
another one. What's up, man?
Man, summer's coming to an end real quick.
Yeah, quickly, bro. I feel like I feel like I just got started with summer. I was like, dang, and then I was like, oh, I got all these plans for summer, and I already ran through them all, basically.
Good
I got
thing you did because it's over.
Yeah. I got one more trip planned. I'm going up to Oklahoma next weekend. Bro, I freaking looked at the schedule wrong. I thought that they opened at home next week, so I'm all excited. Man, they don't go until the 11th, so I won't get to see a game. But
It's kind of weird how you guys open at Tulane.
yeah, and I think it was I was looking at the last year's schedule, because you know
Yeah.
how like all right, still like post like tickets available like
Mhm.
on if you go to like the school's website, but when I'm clicking just in my head, I wasn't reading and I just saw 2020, or I guess I saw whatever, and I was like, and I think it had us against like um Central Western something
Yeah.
like some whatever team, you know what I mean?
Some typical OU team they're playing.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, like just an easy opener. But I was like, yeah, I'll at least be able to catch a game, bro. Then I must have looked because one of my friends actually bought a ticket for the next weekend, and I was like, I wonder why he didn't just go this weekend. And I looked, no, obviously because there's no game.
Game.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm still going out there though, and I think that'll be my last little trip for summer, and then yeah, I feel like then after that I'll kind of switch into like a fall mindset. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have no idea. I'm ready for fall. I have a couple of football trips planned, but nothing crazy yet.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Speaking of college football though, bro, how you feel about your conference joining in with all those other ones, huh?
bro, that's weak.
I
I
mean,
saw, saw somebody called it the backpack. It was like they used the B from the Big Ten, and then they used the ACC, and then they used the Pac-12 like PAC.
dude. So we're seeing a whole new college football as we know it. I mean,
Soft.
I don't know how long those conferences have been like set, but I mean, it's been my entire lifetime. So let's say that that's 30 years to give a round number. Um, I mean, it's literally going to change the whole dynamic of like as we understood. You know how you could just call out teams like, oh, that's that conference, that's this conference. Now, I mean, did you even see like what the name was going to be of the new conference?
No, and I don't think they're gonna rename it. I think like they're still gonna stay the same. I think they're just
Uh-huh.
working with like scheduling and like different things like that together. Basically, like
Huh.
basically trying to take the power away from the SEC, but that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, because so what I feel like, kind of like how I read it, they said it's like some alliance.
Hmm.
So basically, they're just going to be like divisions of the same thing, which is like, so I don't even know like how you schedule that out, because that's a ton of teams.
So I think you look at it like kind of like the NFL does it. You know, you play your division team twice,
Hmm.
so that takes up 6 of your games, and then they always pick like a whole nother division that they play once.
Hmm.
So it's like that adds in 4 games, and then they have like their whatever warm up games that they play for the other 2 or 3.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
in the NFL, you're gonna have 17 games now, um, or not in the NFL. Sorry, in college football, you're still sticking with that like 12 game schedule. So
Hmm.
it's different than NFL with 17. You're
Right.
kind of limited. So I don't know how you're on the right page. Like what's going to happen here? Like,
Yeah.
are you going to play this team once every 5 years or what?
Because yeah, but and that doesn't even like it doesn't really like make sense either. Because it's like, what's the well, like what's the point? And I know they talked about a little bit on ESPN how some teams already had like agreements in other sports,
Mm-hmm.
like basketball and baseball. So I was like, okay, I get that, but now you're talking about like four conferences coming in an agreement. Like I just don't see how that how that plays out. And the poor Big 12, man, they doggone just got left by the wayside. So I don't even know what they're gonna do.
I mean, they have nothing to offer once Oklahoma and Texas leaves. Like they
Yeah,
literally have nothing to offer.
like, and only thing I could think, I mean, what Baylor with basketball and football every once in a while.
Well, it's not even that. It's just
Yeah,
those teams are just going to have nowhere to go, so they're all going
yeah,
to go to different conferences, and the other conferences are going to say, "Oh, that's more money for us." Perfect.
right,
There's no point in saying, "Oh, we're going to keep the Big 12 alive," because like the
yeah,
Big 12 dies, everyone else eats basically.
yeah. Because I don't even get like, okay. I think we may have mentioned this on here before. I think the Big 12's biggest mistake was when we first let Nebraska leave.
Yeah,
Nebraska was a great team, and we let them leave. Then once we had Nebraska and Missouri and Texas A&M all agree to leave, then you had Colorado, whatever the hell they did, just jumped into that. It was like that's not a big hit to miss them, but when you got all of those three like notorious teams do that, it was kind of like
it was like a domino effect.
yeah, you know what I mean? And that I think that was their biggest mistake at the beginning. But I don't think that they worried about it because they still had Oklahoma and Texas.
But isn't it crazy? Oklahoma and Texas aren't leaving until 2025, and
Yeah, I know.
here
Like,
we are, like in panic mode for.
yeah, right.
Hey,
Which I mean, I guess it make for them it makes sense why they may be in panic because recruiting classes. Like, I mean, even though they may not get so they're already thinking about the freshman class that's coming in. But that freshman class that's in high school right now, freshman high school, those are the ones that are going to be affecting that down the road. Like that'll be what when they're basically just getting there. So like how recruiting is set up, how they cater to those players. That so I see why they might be us as fans. Like I mean, we can chill for a minute, but them business wise, I see why they are like so. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? And what I read was the Pac-12. They seem to be like the biggest pushers of that alliance for everybody else, which was kind
yeah,
of weird to me.
well, because they're all by themselves out west.
Yeah,
And you got to think most of their games are late night games or something like that, and
yeah,
then like none of those teams are that good. So
yeah. Like, do you remember when USC had that run with
do I
Reggie Bush?
remember? Jeez,
Man, everybody thought they were like, oh, they're a dynasty. They'll never be beat again.
Pete Carroll left.
Yeah, then you got Oregon that came out there, and they're like, "Oh my God, this fast-paced offense, who can stop this?" They go to the wayside. So it's just it's a weird conference, but I feel like they're needed, in a
Every
way.
every once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, and so but for them to push for that so hard, like I don't feel like they needed that. Like I feel like they were still going to get their recruits regardless because of their past. Where and then really I don't see how it makes sense for any of them because then the ACC on top of that, like they already get the spillover from the SEC, so
Hmm.
it's like
Well,
what?
like not even just like that. Like spillover is in the fact of literally the recruits that don't go to an SEC school are that are still want to stay in state just go to an ACC school.
Yeah, that like quite literally. So it's like, why you didn't need this at all? Like this, people watch your games. Like even down to like I guess your lower tier of people, they still watch those games. So it's like, why? So I don't know. I could see why the Big Ten would do it, just because I feel like sometimes they get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
But they're very top heavy. That's the way to say that. So people may tune into like half of their games, or if they have like a big tradition, then they watch those games. But this is how I kind of view those games. Like no shots at them, but like um, if it's just on, it's kind of like okay, I can go like this is my time like to kind of eat. You know what I'm saying? Or like, but to have it still playing in the background, if
Hmm.
that even makes sense. But like
No, it makes a lot of sense.
you know what I'm saying? But it's like unless it's those heavy hitters that come on, then you're like you sit down and watch. But if it's not them, you're kind of like, I mean, okay, I just want to watch some football. So like, I'll just have this on. So I could see how they could be persuaded into it, but I don't really get like it's more so the ACC. That does make Like, dude, you're good. You what? You the past 5 years, one of your teams has been the champion twice.
You
Like,
know,
I'm
and
pretty sure.
they've been competing in it every year for the last
Yeah, like
almost
you know what I'm
10 years.
saying. So it's like, dude, what are you? Why? But and then going into baseball, pretty sure what Coastal Carolina is in the ACC, right?
I'm not sure about that.
I'm pretty actually yeah. Let me double check, but I'm
But
pretty sure.
there's a thing like Notre Dame. Notre Dame's independent in everything.
Right.
Basketball, they are ACC.
Yeah.
And then I know last year they played football in the ACC, but they weren't technically like they were, but they weren't a member basically for like TV rights. Because
Oh
that's the
no,
reason.
I'm wrong. They're in the Sun Belt. Dang, that's kind of crazy. Um, so they play like MTSU, or like Tennessee Tech. Um, yeah. So I Notre Dame. Yeah, I know. Yeah, how they do that. But have you ever seen how the money's broken down, bro?
I've seen that they make a lot of money from staying independent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they have no.
NBC has their TV deal.
Oh my gosh. Beyond that, all right, bro. Every conference has to pay them. Or I shouldn't say it that way. All the money that's made by all the conferences is broken up, and then they get what was it? It was like 18% or something like
So
that,
they basically like tipped out at the end of the night.
basically. And it's
Oh
like,
my god!
why would I ever join your conferences if you pay me to not be a part? In a way, you know what I mean? It's like, no, I'm doing good. They have a rich history. People go there
Oh yeah.
regardless. Like they get on TV, like you said, because they have that deal, and they get paid out. I don't need you. You need me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's because in the end it does kind of boil down to like money for them. It's big business, and it's like so I don't even know if they'll ever join a conference because
Yeah, I've
they
always
don't
heard
need it.
like it's kind of interesting to see. Like I've always heard Notre Dame could be like Big Ten, they could be
Mm-hmm.
ACC, they could be SEC.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if they. I mean, they could be, but I don't know if they would compete in it. But they could.
But I mean, I could say the same thing about Oklahoma and Texas. What's going to happen for the first 2 years
Oh
while
no, bro. With Oklahoma and Texas, we are literally about to like, and I say we combining both. We already get the top 5 recruiting class every year. Every
and
year.
Texas barely winning 8 games?
I mean, I can't really speak for Texas, but I'm combining them together, saying there's
Okay,
no doubt. Like, so now you, I think we lose. What was it like? 40% of our recruits to SEC, and then we went up to like it was closer to like 50% to Texas A&M over these past few years because they joined the SEC. It's weird because, and I'm saying like for in-state recruits in Oklahoma, you would think that they would just go to Missouri because it's right next door, but it's more appeal to be in Texas A&M. So just imagine now with all those recruits, like they don't have to go anywhere, and those ones that are kind of like kind of those borders right there, like for instance Arizona, bro, has low key became a hotbed for recruits, more specifically wide receivers. What do we need? Wide receivers. Like beyond, I know going into the defensive aspect, like that's a toss up. But defense, I'm not a part of like the old school thinking where defense wins you games. It's more so if you can have a good enough defense and then overpower them on offense, which is basically what we live by, you can win. And I just feel like it sets us up. So it's
but then you see teams like when it happened against LSU 2 years ago. You had the
over
offense.
us. No,
Yeah,
LSU just beat us. No, they beat us on defense. Our offense did not compare to theirs at all. Not even close.
correct. But I mean,
Yeah.
your offense was still decent, and then
Yeah, but
but you had
we
no defense at all to stop them,
nah.
and their
If
defense was definitely really good.
Yeah, just looking at even if just looking at those teams on paper, that was a complete overmatch. Like it was not even close. If
Yeah,
you go back
that LSU team is probably one of the greatest teams of all time. Just to
ever,
clarify.
like ever, yeah, bro. I mean, they had offense and defense. But if you go back, like for instance, a few years ago when we played Alabama, they had the number one ranked defense, and we still put up what was it, like 28. I think we only lost by 2 touchdowns. And when I say only, though, that's a wide margin. You would think if it was a defensive like defense overpowers, we should have never done that. And you remember that whole first half we were shut out for the most part, but we still put up 13. So it's like where if you have an offense that also matches that, that game is what 35, almost 40 points in the first two quarters. Plus, you have your defense that's basically stopping us. I mean, if you look at the Georgia game, like a couple of years going back, from that,
Yeah,
it's
that's kind
like
of hard to talk about.
I mean, yeah, but it's like the same thing though. If you have if you have an offense that can put up and overpower quickly, all you need is an okay defense. But again, that Georgia offense though, on paper, running wise, was better than us by far. And if you look at what we
Yeah.
that specific year, what we struggled with was the run game. We gave up more yards than anybody in the FBS, but our offense also beyond injuries, because that's a part of the game. You can't do that. We were down statistically. Like even though Baker Mayfield was supposed to be blah blah blah, he did all that stuff. We had the worst like third down conversions of anybody like that year. You can't win ball games doing that if you're going to rely on offense. So it's I think this helps us going forward, like to move into the SEC. I don't think Notre Dame has ever been what they. When you think of Notre Dame, you don't think of like. I mean, at least for me, do you think of offense or defense first?
I don't really think of either.
You see what I'm saying? I don't think of any of those. But when you think of Oklahoma, you think offense for sure, automatic. So it's like,
Well, yeah, that's all I thought about. Like, because I've been studying for sports bets for football.
yeah,
Because like
yeah, you know what I mean?
college football is where I make my money, and like I've just been looking like at every line for Alabama, Ole Miss, and Oklahoma. I'm looking at every line to see what the over under is for the game, what the team total overs are, everything.
Yeah,
So I'm like taking the over every time, literally every time.
yeah, exactly. So I don't really know like if you going back kind of to the point, I don't know if they could really compete in the SEC because they have teams like them already in the SEC, and we see how they do. I,
Trash.
a team I would probably compare them the most to would probably be like Mississippi State. I don't know if I feel like that's fair. And you see, like they always kind of end up middle of the pack. They may have like one of those years where you're like, oh, yo, they might actually like take out one of the heavy hitters. But then when it kind of comes down, you're like, okay, I mean, they ended up losing, no big deal. Only thing I really see, but if you take away the competing factor of why Notre Dame would join the SEC, would be like maybe notoriety and the money aspect. But I mean, they already kind of got a good deal with that. So I
Yeah,
don't.
they already have it made.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait, what does Syracuse play in? That's the
AC.
ACC, right?
Yeah. So they
That's
used to be the Big
weird.
East.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I thought they were still Big East, but that's like I don't even know. I can't even think right off. Who's all in the Big East? Yeah. So what do you do with like conferences like that though? Like that are just kind of bubbling that area. Like that's gonna be weird. I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out in about 4 years, but it's
Yeah.
it's strange. College football is about to look really really different.
I'm just
Um,
glad we have it in 3 days. That's all I care about.
oh yeah, games start this weekend. Yeah, it's I'm excited, dude. This is a good time of year because you just know like we're about to get into the holiday festivities. We're about to start, just well, not me because I'll be gone, but everybody else will be enjoying themselves around the country, and I'll just be just marching and doing pull ups and push ups. So gosh, bro. Um, man, I think did I tell you exactly. I told you what day I was leaving to. Yeah.
No.
Oh, so yeah, the day I leave is October 4th. So we got about 5 weeks now, 5 weeks and some days. So no, yeah, it's getting close, man. Getting real close. We're right
So
here on it.
close.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, so there was so something else I wanted to kind of jump into here, dealing somewhat with sports was Tony Hawk.
The man is a psychopath.
Bro.
An
So,
actual psychopath.
for you guys that don't know, so Tony Hawk has now, I forgot exactly how much blood he put in, but he has put his own blood into the paint of that goes onto his skateboards, I think they call it the deck, which is basically the top of the skateboard, from what I understood. And so I don't know. I think that trend kind of started with Lil Nas X, how he sold those sneakers that
Mhm.
had his blood in it.
Yeah.
But bro, that's weird to me though, man. Like I don't want to buy something that has like somebody's blood in it. I mean, like I rather figuratively, like, yeah, I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this. That's one thing versus
Don't actual put your
literally. Yeah, like that just wouldn't that don't really sit right with me, bro. Like,
not at all.
I mean, because I don't know, it's too close to like worshiping something or like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's
It's like satanic almost.
yeah, bro. Like it's teeter totter in that line, and I to me, look, I don't like to play around with that type of stuff because I like to know what I know. I like to know what's known. That
Hmm.
little that unknown world over there. Hey, look, man. I
You can keep that.
yeah,
You can keep
yeah.
that.
Keep all of that. I like how things are going for me right now. I don't need some random stuff I can't see happening to me. So yeah, I thought that was strange, but apparently it's like he's like basically selling out of them, and they're talking about like doing more.
Wow.
Well, it's people that think that that's cool. Like, what's wrong with them? Like, maybe it's kids. So let me cut them a break. Maybe it's kids.
No, bro. Not with Tony Hawk. I bet kids don't even know who Tony Hawk
That's.
is.
I was just about to say that too after I said that statement. Yeah,
No.
that's people like our age and older, bro.
Yeah, bro. Real sickos.
Yeah. All right, what would you do if you walked like if let's say you were just talking to one of your friends and they're like, "Yeah, bro, I just got that new Tony Hawk skateboard." Like, do you look at them funny?
No, I'm leaving. Walking right out the door.
Nah,
See you.
yeah. I I think I'm looking at them kind of funny. I'm like, "Hey, so why'd you do that though? Like, what's the reasoning behind that? I need an explanation."
And I need to make sure it's not anywhere close either. So I
Exactly.
can't. Because if you try to put that in front of me, like I'm just gonna break
Oh, facts. Oh no, I'm not touching that thing. No,
it.
I'm like, yo,
No,
don't
in my
touch
break it,
me.
I mean I'm throwing it on the street and running it over with my car.
Don't touch me, bro. I don't want any part. Whatever you do with that, I feel like it gets sold with a Ouija board. I'm out. Like,
They're
don't
probably
put
on the
me.
same aisle, bro.
Honestly, don't put me anywhere near that. Yo, have you ever like played with the Ouija board? Done any of that?
No.
No, me neither. All right, but I knew I knew some people that had one, bro. And listen to how creepy this is. They found it when they moved into their house in the attic. Doesn't that sound
Nope.
like a movie?
Yeah, I'm out. I already
Yeah, and I was like,
broke the lease. I'm out.
bro, and I mean, I don't think anything ever happened to them, but they always talked about like how they used to feel like they heard like footsteps, uh, like upstairs, like in their attic and stuff. So I don't know. This was years ago, but I always like felt weird. I was like, yo, I never would want a Ouija board. If I come into a home that I'm renting and I find a Ouija board, that's the end of that contract. 'Cause I'm like, yo, you didn't tell me this was here. Like, that's
Facts.
scary. I don't know, bro. Like, you got to let me out of here. Find me another house or something. I'm not staying here.
Ever. Not one night.
No. um. So
People who do
yeah,
that are crazy to me.
for me, I just the furthest I'm going is watching a movie that's got that freaky stuff. Because look, at least I can leave if it gets too weird for me, and I don't got to worry about no weird stuff happening to me after I leave here. Like it's like, all right, cool, that was that, and I'm out.
I don't know. I don't know why people do that. Like, because people like live and die by those things.
Well, Ouija boards? Oh yeah, dude. There's some people that take it serious, like
Yeah.
serious. I could have put those people in the same category as the people that do what are they, zodiac signs.
Listen, that we're about to upset some people.
I put them all in the same box, bro. Like, first of all, if you're letting some stars or moons dictate your attitude, yeah, bro, you're open for anything. Somebody could put some words on any kind of board, no matter if you saw it happen or not, and you will believe it, bro. I ain't into that. Same thing with those tarot card readers. I'm putting them all in the same box, bro. Those are people I look. I will associate with a lot of people. A lot of people. There's a lot you got to do, but as soon as people get into talking about that, yo, hey, that's you. do your thing. I'm distancing myself. I'm not saying it's fake. I'm not saying it. Hey, do what you feel, but don't bring that around me. Don't
Bro,
ask me to be a part.
I'm telling you right now, anytime I've ever met a girl and like first thing she says is like, "Oh, what's your zodiac sign?" That's the
I'm
last.
out.
That's the last conversation we ever had. Because
That is the last time we're talking, bro.
the answer is one, I don't know, two, I don't care, and three, bye.
Bro, like, no, I'm not dealing with that. And like I see these people on like Twitter and stuff talking about oh, I would never let somebody with whatever sign talk to me that way or like approach me this way. And I'm like, what? It's to me, maybe just because I'm not in it, I don't understand it. So
Dude, but okay, I might offend somebody here, but it seems childish.
yeah. Also, you are gonna make somebody mad. Well, look, I just because bro, I don't get that. Like, it does seem like something you kind of made up like when you were a kid. I mean,
Yeah,
again, not saying that it's fake. You believe in what you believe in, but
correct.
but it's just it does seem like kind of made up, and like I don't really want to mix in too many because I feel like the Ouija board people are like the serious zodiac sign people. So
Jesus.
like but I just think like you've seen the stuff like with like the magnets that people do like with Ouija boards and stuff.
Mhm.
And I'm like, come on, bro. I can't be the only one that knows about this. Like, what I mean? It's just it's too fluky. It's too I don't know. And then also with the zodiac sign, you read it off of an app when you wake up. Like, come on, bro. That don't what? So you mean to tell me what happened? What happened from 9 p.m. last night to 9 a.m. this morning? Like the choices you made to this point have no effect on what this is telling, like how your day is gonna go. You instead this thing that just popped up at 9 a.m. is gonna tell you how your day is about to go. So the fact that you got a headache today has nothing to do with you drinking last night. It's all about because the stars are off this morning. Come on, man. Like I feel like it goes to people that don't want ooh, that don't want accountability.
Oh.
That's bro, being real though. Like,
Yeah,
man, that's what it sounds like to me. It's like, yo, you just don't want accountability for your actions. This is more so about the people with the zodiac signs rather than the Ouija board. Like, it's just that the zodiac sign stuff. That one really, really throws me off. Um,
same.
and they take it serious in the extent of so I watch the Rory and Maul podcast on YouTube, and they have like a skit about a girl where he said something. She was like, "Wait, what's your zodiac sign?" And he says, "I don't know." And she asked him his birthday, and she was like, "Oh, I knew this wouldn't work anyway because just because based off your energy, I've never even gotten along with these type of people, and like your response, and it's like, yo, what it takes away the whole human interaction
Hmm.
of no this is a real life experience we're having. Just because you don't appreciate what I said doesn't mean that it's because the stars did this. So it takes away the whole mental aspect of being a human.
So that was my other thing. Is like I've seen like people like literally they're like, "Oh, I will not date or like won't talk to anybody that has like this sign. Like we're not
Yes, bro.
compatible." And it's just like, what do you mean we're not compatible? Like
Dude,
you can take that on somewhere else.
exactly
I don't need this in my life anyway.
it makes no sense. Also, let's go ahead and tie in this topic too here. What I wanted to talk about was OnlyFans. Uh,
They
I
probably
feel,
all go hand in hand.
exactly. I think they're right in that ballpark with them. The girls that'll do that are also right in there with the people with the zodiac sign. Um, to touch on the topic of OnlyFans, so have you seen now recently how OnlyFans is saying that they won't allow pornography?
Yeah, it's what it's starting like October 1st or something like that, right?
Yeah, bro. What are they just like trying to kill their business model?
I think they're dead. I mean, I think they're dead because apparently this is all because their banks, like whatever banks they use,
Mm-hmm.
like told them like they didn't want their money, basically, if it was coming from like what it was coming from.
That's a weird stance to take as a bank.
super weird. You must not love money,
Yeah,
but
because fam, as long as it's not illegal, like as far as like drugs and stuff, why do you care? I mean,
facts
it's a business, and it's like I don't know what those. To me, that sounds like that's pressure from people that may invest into the bank because they're like, oh
probably.
no, I don't want my banking being known as the bank of the porn site. But to me, if I'm OnlyFans though, why not just switch to the banks that all the other porn sites use?
Facts.
Like,
That's what I was like, bro. Cash App and Venmo, where they at?
yeah,
Some
like why would you
they'll
not
gotta
just
step up. Somebody.
yeah, why would you not just switch to those? I mean, because obviously the porn industry has been around for forever, or at least since the modern era of recording and picture taking. So, like,
But like for me, it's not even about that. It's just like you are missing on so much money because there's so many perverts out here.
exact, bro, tons, tons. And the thing is, they already kind of hurt themselves with when they took down the amount of money you could give.
Yeah.
And then now you're saying you want to isolate a certain demographic of OnlyFans. Because to my knowledge, they said OnlyFans was not just about women being naked. They made that clear
I heard
months ago.
that, but
Right. Well, like, suppose all these a lot of streamers used to use OnlyFans before it got popular because it was like another Patreon basically, except you didn't have to register an LLC like how Patreon makes some models do.
yeah.
Um, you and I say models as like business models. You could just basically just be on there and people could tip you or ask for like special requests. So whether that be music, whether that be just be speeches. Like Ben Mankevo goes on there, he teaches people finance. So, but Discord has kind of filled that space though. So,
Hmm.
like a lot of people use Discord now because OnlyFans became popular for the famous people that men wanted to see naked, getting naked on there. That's the long and short of what OnlyFans became, especially over COVID. So it's like, well, now you're isolating your money stream. So what exactly are you like? And Discord has taken over your other market, really. So it's like, what else are you going to be left with? To me,
Nothing.
it doesn't make sense. And people view Patreon as like a step up from Discord in a way. I don't know if that's for everybody, but I've seen a lot of people. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to include a Patreon here, soon. Just bear with me, blah blah blah." But in the meantime, you can go to my Discord, and it's like, so you're taking your name out of the mix. How is that good for business at all?
So the big thing I think is like, who's next? What's the next company that's going to come up? Because there's going to be one company that shows up that does everything that OnlyFans does,
Mm-hmm.
and is going to make probably $1 billion.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if OnlyFans made $1 billion.
No, I mean they probably already have,
Yeah,
but like that's probably why they're like, yeah, cool, we don't really care anymore.
right. Already seen a Billy. I don't care.
Yeah. But
Like,
I mean, somebody has this business idea somewhere, or it's already probably started. I don't follow this stuff, so I don't really know.
yeah,
I'm not
me
I'm
either.
not the most educated on OnlyFans and similar sites, but
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
sure somebody has a business plan somewhere
yeah.
to.
So somebody's gonna pop in there, just like how when Vine went down, at a year or two later, we saw TikTok. So
Hmm.
it's somebody will come in there and fill the space. But I just don't know as an investor, like, or as a business, like why you would do that based off of what type of morality, like a moral code of what it would tell you, hey, cut that out. I don't get it.
Quit
um
making money.
you said what?
Said quit making money.
Yeah, because bro, think about places like Miami. They've made a killing off of people choosing what they want to do. Vegas, like it obviously works. If you just don't imagine if those two cities, like their city council was like, we don't want any more tourists that are coming here to participate in X, Y, and Z. Bro, imagine what those cities turn into.
Yeah, but the next city just becomes what they were.
Exactly. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, but you would kill your city's income if you did that in your whole
Mhm.
economy. Like
Hmm.
it just doesn't sound like smart business. But that's my rant on that. It's gonna get real interesting, and I think you made a joke earlier. You're like, a lot of people are about to go back to work.
Yeah,
A
facts.
lot of people are gonna be showing back up like, hey, so I used to work here. Just wondering if y'all got any openings. That's about to be a real thing, bro.
Facts. Like that's gonna be super real.
Yeah. Um, I actually I know some girls that tried to jump into that right before the summer. Like,
Yeah.
and I say I knew that because you get the new IG page follows you, and you're like, yeah, what is it? And then right there, top link OnlyFans, you're like, okay, yeah, let me go ahead and block this. Let me go ahead and
Yeah.
get on out of here, because I'm not your target demographic. But I ain't spending a dime on nothing. To me, that's what I don't get. Like, you got to be really in tune to like really in tune to one person to really want like to see them naked or dance or strip in front of you. Like, you know what I mean? It just, you got to be really committed to want to see them, to where then you say, hey man, I'll give you $50 if you just take off your sleeve. Like, it's like what?
Yeah, I don't
Yo,
know, man. I don't know. It's
there's girls around you
yeah, bro.
everywhere.
There's girls around you everywhere, and the internet's free. Like,
Exactly.
like what do you
Super
do?
free. Been free. Yo, what are you doing with your life? Yo, so much free. They even got lookalike so you can pretend. What are you out here doing, bro? You can literally look up so and so lookalike naked and get the same reaction. Like, what, what are you out here doing, bro? It's hard times, man. Down bad. Gotta be to do that. Um, and I guess there's only, I was gonna say, I don't really know that many guys that do it, and I don't really think, besides Bam Kevo, but he does finances on there for people, and Safari, the rapper. Dude, did you hear how much he said he made in what was it, 3 months or 4 months or something like that?
Mm.
Bro, he almost made $2 million, bro, off OnlyFans. Bro, yes, it was insane. Now, I mean, again, he's more prominent guy, I guess, and so I feel like he can do it because he's famous. But like, no average dude can just go on there and blow up. Like, but you see average girls go on there all the time, and then they blow up. So it's like, um, it that's interesting, cool for him. But I'm just like, I don't think many guys can follow
Hell no.
that business
Hell
model
no.
there. Um, Also, I want to see what they're going to label as nudity. That's what I want to see, because
Well,
have
I
you?
think it wasn't listed as pornography. That
Oh
was
yeah,
what it was.
yeah, pornography. Okay, so but
That's
what's
such that like what does that even mean?
exactly? You know what I'm saying? Because like, is it? That was my point. Is it going to be like nudity? Is it going to be like the actual the physical aspect activity of having sex? Is it going to be like those e-chat? What was it? Not e-chat. Those e-girls where they just basically do things on their own online, and you just watch through like a live stream. Like, is that where the line's going to be crossed? So, like, what is it? There's streamers on there that quite literally, bro, use OnlyFans. They stream it, through their Twitch, and they'll be on there at the same time, but they'll like be in like a low cut shirt, or like just a shirt that like goes right here, things like that. And so it's like, where do you draw the line? You know what I'm saying? To where it's like, that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's such a slippery slope that they are about to
Mm-hmm.
put themselves in because it's like who is about to say this is this and this isn't?
Yeah, exactly. Because then you'll end up like Instagram, to where they're shutting down certain people's pages, but not others. Then you have all these people frustrated with Instagram, which Instagram has kind of put themselves in a place to where they can't really be canceled. Um,
Unfortunately.
right, but they definitely have hurt their business. I feel like some, because there's a lot of people trying to actively find another platform um, to where they can still do what they normally do. They're just waiting on the masses to join those other platforms. which is possible. Um, what Boosie right now, how he's going through that whole battle of trying to get his Instagram back. You know how they called out? Have you seen where he called out like Kim K?
Hmm.
Yeah. So a couple weeks ago, the head of Instagram, the CEO of Instagram, went over to he went over to the Breakfast Club and had an interview. And so Charlemagne asked him why Boosie hadn't gotten his page back. And he said, well, sometimes he must have violated some type of community guidelines. Charlemagne was like, well, that's something with culture, like what he's doing. Like, do y'all understand culture? And he said, to be honest with you, no, we don't. We don't understand how culture goes. Like, but we're actively trying to be better at it to understand. And he was like, you can put in like an appeal for stuff, things like that. And so Boosie, and so then DJ Envy says to him, man, he said, I don't know how y'all like disactivate his page when he said I see Kim K on there naked all the time. That's more than any other girl like that he's ever put on his stories or on his Instagram. Like he said, and I see other. He played the race card a little bit, saying Caucasians versus blacks, because I see naked Caucasian women on there all the time. He said, but anytime he said, but I only hear about the black people being banned. And he was like, he said, I report Kim K every time I see her post. He said, every single time. And he said, and you know what? Her page, nothing ever happens to her page. He said, but yet, he said Instagram went in to, he said, because he didn't even know if Boosie's page had been reported, but Instagram shut it down because they viewed it as inappropriate. And
That's
so he
so
was,
dumb.
yeah, he was like, that doesn't even sound fair. So then Boosie came on and he was like, he explained like what his posts were, because over the quarantine, he would let girls get on there. He would
Yeah,
tell them to twerk and stuff, yeah, and he would give them $1,000 if he enjoyed what he saw. He said one girl got on there naked, so what he did was he enlarged the emojis around her and stuff to where you would cover up all her spots for the stream, but he still let her get on there and do whatever, and then that's what. Right after that, his page got deactivated. And he said the girl's page did as well, but they gave her page back after 3 days. He said, but why didn't I get my page back? He was like, that doesn't even make sense.
no, it makes no sense at all.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, man, he said, he said, he had like 20 million something followers. He said, he talked about the race thing again, but he said, I'm a black man that's involved in a lot of white business, and I use my numbers on there to help me with that business. He said, but when you take away those numbers from me, it affects my business. He said, so you're essentially killing a black man's business. He was like, how can you do that? How can you say that's right? He was like, it's not right when you letting everybody else eat. And it's
Fact.
like, it was I saw it, I could see some holes that people could poke in it, but it was also he made some good points too at the same time.
I mean, those are facts, though. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't. I would argue that. Like,
Yeah, and so but for the guy, from Instagram to admit like, hey, yeah, we don't understand culture. We're trying to get better.
that's
I,
exactly what
I
I was
com-
about to say.
right. I commend him on that for at least bringing up the point. Like he said, he didn't try to act like, yeah, we know what we're doing. He's like, no, you're right. We don't know. In every case that's appealed, we try to actively look into thoroughly to make sure, like, oh, hey, maybe we messed up. Let's give you another opportunity. Or hey, you know what, you're right. Or no, hey, we were right. You are done with Instagram. So I think he tried to make Boosie tried to make another Instagram and it got shut down again, just because it was him and he was supposed to be banned or something like that.
That's so
So,
dumb.
but uh, also with YouTube, you see that happening a lot with people too,
Hmm.
bro. There's certain words you can't even say on YouTube.
But
Because
isn't isn't like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook? Aren't they all like similar with Google? With
similar as in
Google,
like being owned.
yeah,
Yes and no. So, yes, Instagram is owned by Facebook, and Facebook has a special business relationship with Google, but they aren't owned by the same people. Google owns YouTube,
yeah,
and they have. I think it comes around. WhatsApp really is where they kind of fall on the same coin, because Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg owns Instagram and WhatsApp, which is like, the international phone
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I think we've talked about this on the pod before. You know how they're trying to break that up? They're calling it a monopoly.
Well,
Uh,
it is.
yeah, and they said the case could take up to 10 years to even get a decision on whether it is or isn't a monopoly. They've
That's
only introduced that it could be. So I mean, what, in 10 years from now, when he's a trillionaire, he won't care. He's like, okay, cool. You want to break it up? All right. Guess I got to give up a portion of this company. Like, it's gonna be
what do
weird. But yeah, no, so they and what is it with Google and also with Apple? Apple's the other component that with their app store, they run a lot of things through there. Google also has an app store. And so, again, that's why they have a business relationship, because their apps are on there. So they kind of have to like play ball with them.
That makes
You know?
sense.
So, yeah. Man, we just covered a bunch of stuff.
A lot.
um, yeah, I think that's gonna get kind of dicey. But yeah, I just want to see how this all comes down, because my thing is too, really, like, I feel like society's trying to crack down on, like, they're trying to have like this weird moral code now of like with a super strict overcorrection.
I would
So
say, but I
like,
think it's more of like a power hungry type of thing.
yeah, because what do you mean? What do you mean?
So I mean, like I feel like because these companies have this ability to say yes or no, or you can do
Mhm.
this, you can't do this. It's like it just like feeds into their power, basically. Like,
Right. Um, because like as you see now, like because and their whole fallback is, well, you agreed to it in our terms of use of service.
mhm.
And so it's like, I mean, yeah, but no. And then they're silencing other apps that want to be available, but it's on their platform, like Google. What was it? So I don't know if you know about this, like Parlor. Have you heard of
Mhm.
Parlor?
Mhm.
Yeah. So Parlor was basically trying to enter that space of you can get on there and say whatever you want to, do whatever, be as reckless as you want to be. But then Google took them out of the App Store, and also Apple did. And it's like, yo, like, so you're silencing the people. So then they only have, I think they tried to take Parlor out. I think it's back. But it was, and their whole thing was, well, you can make that platform, but just don't use our platform to make that platform. So it's like, bro, which I don't know, how else can you download apps?
No, that's exactly what was my next question. Is
Yeah,
there any way to download apps other than the App Store or
yeah,
Google Play or whatever it is?
right. And I think even, let's say, all right, so I think you can go to like a website and download an app from a website, but then all right, but now you have to get the information out there. You need to advertise some kind of way. Not many people go online and look at forums to find out what's the next thing. And then on top of that, imagine convincing 330 million people to then also go to one website and download this app. So, you know what I mean? You would be fighting such an uphill battle that it would be
Literally.
insane. Yeah. So it's like, I don't even know if they could even do that. But we keep seeing that though, with them kind of shutting people out that want to have an open and free platform. And that kind of moves us into, like, to me, I think, scary territory. Um, Twitter, remember, was like the biggest offender of that over this past year. Did you see what happened with them with the African leader?
I did not see that. No.
So Twitter banned his account on there for stuff he said, because it was supposed to be like hate against, basically whatever they used with Donald Trump. That's what they also said for this guy. So you know what he did in turn? He banned Twitter in his country. he said nobody can have it here, and he deactivated the service from the country. So I mean, for them, they may not view that as a big thing, but if more, let's say, if we as a country just did that, like, let's say if Donald Trump was still in office and he was like, how they banned TikTok because it was Chinese, if they did that the same thing, yo, like, that could be a head turner for Twitter. And then,
Fact.
and the government already wants in on social media. They've been asking in, they want to monitor it, they want to control it. So you would only be feeding into their hand. That's another reason why I think they don't want Donald Trump back in office, because if he's seen, I know I saw it on Twitter. So if he for sure saw that on Twitter. If he gets in office, he can do the exact same thing. Say, hey, I think we need to get rid of this service here, and that's man, that could
Can
get
you imagine what that would
messy.
be like?
Oh my gosh, mayhem, absolute mayhem.
My God.
Because like,
I'm just thinking about one, if we ever had to deal with Donald Trump back in office again, first off. That's
well, like the
already
people or him.
the people.
Okay. Oh, and I'm saying the people that would be opposed to it. I don't know how the Trump supporters would be, but the
I don't
people
know.
that would be,
I don't want to deal with that again just because I felt like it was just such a divide.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't.
insane. Mm-hmm.
And that's like I think if we could realize that like something that would bring us together maybe would be great. I mean that would I would support all of that.
Yeah.
But just
Uh,
vote for somebody just because you didn't like the other guy and then look where we are.
right.
Come on, let's figure it out.
Yeah, and see, to me, I think I've said that before. If Trump would have just said one statement of unity, there's no doubt he was back in. No doubt he was going to win that by a landslide. But I think he might have learned his lesson on that, in the sense of I think he would play ball with that enough to try to get back in. But now I don't know. He has such a. I feel like more people have kind of gotten into his corner more now that all this stuff is happening. You see it all the time. That Trump DeSantis thing everywhere, dude. Like tons of people want Trump DeSantis 2024. And it's like right now Biden is giving them fuel to kind of keep that going.
Oh, absolutely. But at the
Mhm.
same time, like why?
Yeah, I don't know why he would
Why
want
do
to
we
be
need the most like right
controversial.
winged, like controversial people in office? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
See, I don't even know if Donald Trump would be like super right wing.
No, I guess he's technically more liberal than anything because he was
Yeah,
always.
somebody that would be super right wing. That I was actually talking with Blake. He likes this combo of Ted Cruz and DeSantis, and I was
Jesus
like,
Christ.
that would be ultra like all the way right. There is no type of
Yeah.
buddy. We are far over here.
Jesus
Yeah. So
Christ.
that to me that would be more turmoil than it would be
And
good.
dude, that's the thing is like, I don't care which side gets it. Let's just figure it out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But see that. But then you got those talking heads and those quota meters like AOC. I know I bring her up quite a bit, but you don't get rid of those people because they don't want to fix the problem. They just want to complain, or they try to fix it with a complete overcorrection that causes so much chaos and confusion, i.e., Dr. Fauci. He's trying to he wants to be cool, then he wants to be the most informed, then he wants to make all the right he wants to make all the decisions whether they're wrong or right. Tells you one day wear a mask, don't wear a mask, go outside, don't go outside without a mask, wear 2 masks, wear no mask if you're vaccinated, actually you need to wear 3 masks if you're vaccinated. Like it's like, yo, what? Those talking heads like that. AOC, let's isolate all the billionaires and tax them to death. For all of them to say no, we're actually leaving this country, then you're right back to square one of what we had to fight our way out of way back. Not even way back when we had the last great recession of what was that 06, 07, 08, and then now unemployment is 10% plus. Like, no, dude. Like it. That's the people we need to get rid of. All the talking heads.
There's a balance somewhere. I know there is.
I think there's a balance, but I don't know if they ever give into the balance. Now I'm starting
I
to
think
understand
nowadays,
Thanos more every day.
yeah.
Every single day, I'm starting to understand him more because it's like, yo, fam, yeah, people do kind of suck sometimes, huh? Like, actually, not sometimes, quite a bit. Like, they say and do some wild stuff. I tell people all the time, I'm like, yo, it's okay to just be regular and normal. Like, you don't got to do extreme stuff every day. Like, just be regular. Show up here, do this. Think about common sense stuff. Hey, man, I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to screw you over, and I don't want to be screwed over. Real simple. Hey, be nice to me. I'll be nice to you. Very common sense stuff that everybody can kind of agree on. Hey, if I get sick, man, take care of me. In return, I'm gonna take care of you and help you. Like, it's things that you can do that are so common sense, but it's like they want to politicize each and every topic so much. Ooh, which brings me into another good point. How do you feel about the FDA approving the Pfizer vaccine?
Who cares?
Okay, I can't say I low key do kind of care. I do a little bit.
So I mean,
It makes
I'm
me
already,
feel better.
I was already vaccinated beforehand. So,
Okay.
but at the
Wait,
same
which one
time,
did you get?
Pfizer.
You got Pfizer. Okay, okay.
So it's now officially FDA approved. Cool.
Right.
Didn't kill
Um,
me. Didn't kill me for the last 6 months. I guess it's not going to kill me now.
yeah.
But
So I feel more comfortable now because I was telling people like I wanted that government stamp because no, we need to know who to point the finger at when things hit the fan. We need to know exactly. Hey, yo, bro, we took your word. You said this was good. So we're going off what you said right here. It was good. Now it's in me and it's not doing good. What's up? Like that's what I wanted. Beforehand, I think we talked about this before, how it was labeled as a clinical trial that you were signing up for. So there was no legal repercussions they could have for any adverse reactions. So um, and how far that language extends legally, I don't know. We would have to ask somebody about that. Um, but now that there's a government stamp, I'm in because I'm for vaccines.
But listen to this, bro.
Yeah,
You know what they said? They said there's never been more evidence that this is like the perfect like fix. Like the vaccine is like there's never been more um, people that have gotten the vaccine to like give them like the results they needed. But I'm thinking to myself, yeah, no shit, there's not been this many people because you just threw it on everybody and said, here, it's not even approved yet. Start taking it.
exactly.
Cool. I mean, so yeah, you of course you've never had this many results before. Don't throw
Exactly.
that at me. Don't throw that at me. Because
Exactly.
it takes like 18 months for a normal vaccine to be rolled out, and they threw it to us in 6.
Yeah.
Come on.
And then on top of that, they were absurd enough to believe that everybody was going to trust it and do it. Like to me, that was absolutely insane. Whoa, bro, you think I'm just gonna just toss whatever just because? I mean, which don't get me wrong, I know you got it. And you said because it was free, and then you were like, yeah, let me just go ahead. Some people had to get back to their lives, and they were willing to gamble with that. But I don't think that was the masses. And in
No,
their
no, no,
heads,
no.
yeah, in their agenda, they thought the masses would do it, and then the few minute wouldn't. And it's like, how did you think that was okay? Like,
Yeah.
because people think back to all the trials and things that went wrong, and then there's nobody held responsible for it now. That nobody wanted to be another what was it, the syphilis experiment. Nobody wanted to be a part of that again. So
Mm.
it's like now you can say, yes, this is concrete. We know this to be true. Um, I'll give you kind of a stat that I saw was kind of crazy. There was this research put out, and it said that this vaccine here alone killed more people than any other vaccine in history. And they have this whole research report. I'll have to give you like the link for it. My thing was, I think that's because again it was rushed. Where vaccines before we could take the steps of how they go, how it goes from before you work on vertebrates to then working on, smaller species of vertebrates and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did we even try this
Human.
on mice or no?
Yeah, I don't even know if they went through those steps. I don't know exactly the route. So it's like, yeah, we skipped a couple of steps and we just went right to human trials, or we went with very, very few other trials before we got to human. So it's like, I mean, yeah, some people had to take the bullet. That's just what and I don't want to laugh at that because people lost family members, but it's the truth of what happened. So I was not shocked when I read that stat of, hey, so this killed more, but now it's also helping more than before. So I it, I'm kind of torn, but I feel better now. With me going into the military, I'm gonna have to get it. Like they said, as soon as it was FDA approved, that it would be a part of the regular shots that you take going in. I'm all right with it now. But now Taylor's wondering, she's like, well, do I need to get it? Do I not need to get it? Since she's a teacher, she's like, what exactly, like, where do I fall in this? And I'm
Yeah,
like,
so that's my thing is like it's gonna be so different for everybody. I just want it to be like, hey, you have this vaccine, whatever. Not like you mentioned with the CDC earlier, dude. That's what drives me crazy. Like, just make up your mind
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
because like
Um,
we can't run away from this thing.
yeah, no, it's here. It's here.
There's no more such thing. There's no such thing as the flu anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There's no more
Yeah.
common cold. Everything you have is COVID. So I
Yeah.
mean,
They're labeling
we're not running
everything
away
with that,
from it.
dude.
Period.
Yeah. And I don't know if you saw, there's a little girl that was in Virginia or something like that. So basically, I guess everybody on her team is vaccinated but her. So they told her if she wanted to participate, she had to wear an ankle monitor so they could track her. So if in case someone gets infected, they know all the people that she contacted, and they could, basically put that out. How do you do that to a kid, bro?
Wow.
Think about how that now ostracizes that kid.
Yeah, that's kind of brutal.
Exactly. And but these are the same people that'll preach mental health, don't traumatize children, protect the children. And then you do that to a kid they'll say that they're punishing the parent, but the kid is taking the force of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say those are the same people that say that like mental health is like a mental health injury is just as bad as a physical health injury, and then they do
Exactly.
that.
And then they'll do that to the kid to prove a lesson to the parent that, hey, your choices are affecting your kid, while not realizing, hey, one day their parents are going to die and it's just going to be that kid here. And that kid, whatever trauma that they dealt with or whatever that this situation does to them from here on out is going to play out in our society because of your choices and you thought it was okay to do that. Stupid, bro. Like, it makes no sense. And I didn't get how you could mandate to people to take a vaccine of something that's not government approved, bro. They don't even make people brush their teeth, and we know what effects not brushing your teeth can have on your life. Like, it's documented, well documented, and you don't even force people to brush their teeth. How you gonna then tell them, hey, yo, man, take this? Like, what I mean? It's weird
Yeah,
to
no,
me, bro. Like the lines are willing to cross, and somebody's probably gonna listen to that and they're like, that's kind of stupid. No, look it up, bro. Look up what happens if you don't brush your teeth for a year. You tell me how sick you get, and come back to me.
mm-hmm.
Like, it's man, dude. But anyway, I'm off that soapbox. It's just so crazy how they politicize all this stuff, dude. So crazy to me. Right, I don't really have much more that I really wanted to chat about. You got anything?
No, not this week.
Yeah.
We building it up though.
Yo, this just sorry. This just got updated. Delta Airlines is raising health insurance premiums for unvaccinated employees by $200 a month. Yo, this is insane. But they don't even do that to people that come in with pre-existing health conditions. They just have a hard time getting more insurance. Yo, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Like, it's so politicized. Everybody wants to be the trendsetter. No, we're hard nosed on this. This is what we do not accept. No, fam, y'all just need to figure out how to get these flights on time without all these delays. Like, quit
And
worrying about,
bro. God.
like, oh my gosh, dude. All right, yeah, I'll chill out there. You got any NFL picks for preseason?
Ooh, I don't know.
Then
I was
wrap
really
it up.
upset. I had a $1 parlay last week that would have won me 10 grand, and I missed it by one game.
Oh dang, what game was it?
Packers. I had the Packers beating the Jets, and the Jets beat them. I was so mad, bro. $1 to win 10 grand.
I know.
I picked 15 other games right, and that was the one I missed.
That was the
The
one.
freaking Packers.
Mm. Mm. that you,
I'm so mad, to be honest.
you could have taken a little vacay with that.
A little. We could have been doing this from the beach. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whoever the Ravens play, I would definitely take them. Take the Ravens. They play Washington, so yeah, take the Ravens. They've won 19 straight preseason games.
Right. Okay. Okay. So
Five
take the
years they have not lost a preseason game. Five
That is
years.
kind of insane.
So I will definitely. They play Saturday night, so I will
Okay.
definitely be taking them. Oh, and the Packers play the Bills. So F the Packers. I'm taking the Bills. so,
They got you hot.
big mad. If you're listening to the Jets, you're listening to the Bills. So,
Yeah.
but those are my two.
Those are your ones. All right. Yeah, I gotta get. I feel like I need to get back up on my knowledge before I can start making any picks.
Preseason's tough. Preseason is really tough.
Yeah,
You
because
don't know who's playing like the third snap.
exactly. Oh, speaking of, so it just made me think about that hit Justin Fields took, bro. Cleaned his clock. Boy, that dude, yo, when he was like, yeah, I'm all right, but then he leaned down to his knees though. I was like, yeah, no, bro, take your time. Take your time. I feel
Welcome
you.
to the league, big fella.
Yeah, exactly.
But you were the third pick. They at your neck.
Man, like, bro, and he hasn't been hit all practice, bro. So, he was out of touch. Their game was months ago. So that was probably the last time he has been hit, bro.
Bro, January was probably the last time he's been hit.
Exactly. Whew. So, and he took a couple of hits in the game, but nothing like that. That's that first wake up one, like, okay, yo.
And this is preseason. Yeah,
exactly.
We still wait. I have 17 more games to play.
Man,
Andy Dalton can start. Go ahead.
That that set the tone. Can you imagine if he would have came out like, hey, Dalton, go ahead and do your thing in there, bro. That would have been hilarious. I'd be like, hey, I can't blame you, bro. That was a hit. Yeah. Knocked the helmet off and everything.
You're gonna see a lot more of those though.
Oh yeah.
The Bears, they play the Rams week 1, right?
Oh, do they really?
Aaron Donald will eat that man alive.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, dude, that dude is such a freak, bro. Like, such a freak. And he's so strong, dude. Like, it's
not fair.
No, dude. Him and the Washington football teams.
Chase Young.
Yes, bro. Those two. Yo, imagine if you had both those dudes on your team and they were coming from opposite ways.
Nope.
How scared are you as a quarterback?
I'm not playing.
Facts. I'm not suiting up.
We're running 86 run plays this game.
Bro,
period.
Find me. Like, you can, if you just want to kick me off the team, that's fine, bro. I will go somewhere else. I'm not facing.
No, bro. I'm gonna go where they're playing at. That's where I'm going. So I don't have to play them.
Bro, never. Now, I'm not saying based off my certain my exact income level, you could pay me to go play. But if I'm getting as much money as them, you can't pay me to play, bro. Like, I'm not playing that game. I want to live. And there's a good chance you don't live if both of them are on the same team coming at you. Very good chance.
Can you imagine how hard it is to be an offensive lineman going against both of them?
Bro, you already know going into that week, like, you're going to have a long day. Like, you just know.
Yeah, and the longest day.
And there's nothing you can do. Like, no matter how much training you're like, yeah, I'm getting myself ready. No, fam, no. You're already preparing to lose every battle. Like, and whether it's running the ball or passing, bro. Like, those dudes are just monsters on both ends of that.
Because they're gonna either try to go around you, but the second they try to bull rush you, you're on your back.
Period. Bro, right away. Because it's like they're so strong, bro. Like, and fast. When you put both of those two things together, like, bro, I guarantee they have to be as strong as any of those linemen, if not stronger. Like, have to be.
But I mean, it's speed, size, strength.
Yeah.
The 3 deadliest things you can combine.
Bro, and you put them in those two people. Gosh, bro. And those two, especially Aaron Donald, bro, he's such a determined person. like from watching like his little clips and stuff. He's like he gets tunnel vision on the field, and he's like, no, when I know what my assignment is, that's what I'm doing,
Bro, how many 300-pound people have you seen with a six pack?
bro. None that are physically athletically able to do that. Zero.
Him. That's it.
Zero. Like none, bro. And how tall is he? Like 6'2"?
At least.
Like, bro, that is a absolute unit coming at you. Like, okay, do you if you're back there, like you receive the snap, do you automatically, if you see him breaking off, do you just jump to the ground or do you try to like shake him?
I mean,
Let's say if you had to play, like you had to play, there's no way you had to play.
We're trying to run away. We're not running north and south at that point. It's east and west.
East and west. Dude, I think I'm taking every single, as soon as I get the snap. First of all, everything's out of shotgun. I refuse to be under center taking these snaps.
Never.
That's not happening. And yo, bro, even if he gets a half step, I see him just expose himself like this, I'm folding. And I'm just like, coach, either run the ball or get somebody else in here.
Bro, he's listed at 6'1", 280.
That's a whole lot of man. That's a whole lot of man, bro. What did you see how tall Chase Young was?
I think Chase Young's a lit'll taller, but
taller?
I'll tell you right now.
I'm giving him a solid 240, 250. What?
This boy is 6'5", 265.
Woo-hoo! Yeah, bro. Just imagine, bro. That's literally what nightmares are made of right there. That's a quarterback's worst nightmare.
That is a defensive coordinator's wet dream.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, if I could just get both of them. Oh, yo, that would be an unstoppable defensive line, bro. Think about if you're in the middle playing tackle, D tackle. Yo, you got an easy day. Like,
well, that's where Donald's at. Donald is on the.
Oh, he's not on the edge. Oh, okay. Because I've seen some plays where he kind of goes over to like that B gap, over there. So
yeah, he'll line up sometimes, but no, he's in the middle. So you literally could take away a whole side of the field if you put them next to each other.
Easy. Like, oh, okay. So then as an offensive coordinator, yo, we're not going anywhere over there. Like every time they flip flop, the play is literally flip flopping.
Yeah.
So if we're supposed to run left, we're running right. If we're supposed to pass left, we're passing right. Like it's over.
And we're not even going. We're not even doing handoffs at that point. It's sweeps.
Mm-mm.
Toss. Screenplay. Get the hell out of here.
Can you imagine setting up a receiver for that? Oh, that's dirty. Imagine setting up the inside slot receiver for a screen. Yo, just imagine saying the play out loud. Buddy's gonna look at you and be like, "Yo, you got me effed up, bro." You got me. I'm not. I don't know who you think I was or thought I would be, but I'm not him. That is not. I refuse, bro. If I'm walking off the field right then. Like, what, bro? Do y'all want to kill me? Like, you just say it, bro. I'll quit today.
I'm going down with a cramp for my dignity. Just in the huddle, I'm down. I need some pickle juice or some mustard or something. Get me out of here.
Faking an injury to save your dignity. That's funny, bro. Like, I mean, only thing I could see any halfway kind of screen is a bubble right to the sideline, bro. So as soon as I catch it, even if I see him get within 5 yards, I'm gonna just step on out right here, bro. I got my 2 yards. I'm good. Like, oh man,
I have never ran as fast as Michael Vick if I'm that quarterback ever, unless I was playing that.
bro, it would be all quick releases. Like, I'm never. First of all, any pass that we even think is going over 3 seconds, scratch it from the playbook right now. Like, if you think you're running a fade, bro, that ball is in the air before you even got off the line. I'm telling you. Do with that information what you will. But
no, bro, we're not. No 5-step drops. No 5-step drops all game. 3 is the max.
And make a play. Make a play. But damn, that's great. All right, man. Well, yeah, we got another one in. We got a few more of these to go before I get out of here. But yeah, you got any closing thoughts? Any parting words with our audience?
I mean, it's always thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing the podcast. Always showing the support. We definitely appreciate it. We enjoy doing this. Um, getting on here, having some laughs, talking some serious stuff, but throwing it all together is always fun. So we definitely appreciate all the support.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. Um, and yeah, continue to rock out with us. Until next time.
Till next time, guys.